Good morning. Today I'm going to show you how to make a drawing from this 132 pin slider block. So I'm going to first start by clicking the down arrow next to File, and I'm going to choose New Drawing from Design. Now you want to make sure that the standard says ASME, ASME, and the units are inches. I'm good, so I click OK. Now once this comes up, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose Base. It's all about the base. Click on Base. Now that doesn't quite look like the best front view that we want. All right, so even though it says front, let me try top. Let's see. Okay, it looks like it's upside down from where we want it. We'll click OK. So it looks like it's upside down from the front view on the paper. So I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to choose Modify, and I'm going to, under Modify, I'm going to do Rotate. I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. So I'm going to choose Select the base, and I'm going to click on Rotate. We'll go ahead and try and rotate it, and I want it to be exactly upside down from where it is. That would be 180 degrees. So 180. There we go. That looks better. All right. So this is our front view. Okay, I'm just going to move it real quick. Now I'm going to click on projected view. That's our front view. So I'm going to project that to the top, to the bottom, to the right. I'm just basically going to use all the views that are on the paper. That's what I'm using as a guideline here. View isometric. I'm going to right click and choose OK. I'm going to go ahead and shade in the isometric one. So I'm going to left click, and then I'm going to right click once it's selected. I'm going to choose Edit View, and I'm going to click on the view cube, click Close, so that way it's shaded in. Now in the right view, the fillet is a fillet. So let me go ahead and click on Dimensions right here. Okay, and the fillet is going to be a radius dimension. So I'm going to click on Radius here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on. It looks like it's too small. I can't choose it, so I need to zoom in. So I'm going to click on. There's Fit. Let's try Fit. Fit just basically fills the whole screen with everything. That doesn't help. So I'm going to click on Zoom window, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a box around what I'm trying to zoom in on. Okay, that looks good. Now again, I'm going to click on Dimensions. And I'm going to choose a radius diameter for our fillet. We always want to do a radius. So now I want to click on my radius here. Okay, looks good. Now on their drawing, they have this TYP, meaning typical. So basically meaning everything that looks like it's filled like that is the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and right click, and I'm going to choose under Annotate, Annotation. I'm going to go ahead and add a text, add text. So just to the right of that, I'm just going to go ahead and make a box, and we're just going to say TYP for typical, and then we can click Close. Okay, so that right view is done. Okay, so next, let me go ahead and zoom out. Right view is done. Next, maybe I'll do the bottom view. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Zoom window, and I'm going to draw a box around the bottom one. All right, and now it zooms in on it. Now for the hole, I want to add a center point, so I'm going to click on center mark. So I'm going to click on center mark, and then I click the outside of the hole. It gives me a center mark for the hole. Next, I'm going to do the chamfer. Okay, for the chamfer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit D for dimension, and I click on the bottom edge, and then I'm going to click on this point here, and then I'm going to scooch to the right. Okay, now it's supposed to be 1.125. But ours is giving us 0.123. Just it's got a different number of significant figures. That's not a problem. I'm not concerned about that. I'm going to do the other chamfer while I'm at it. I'm going to click the right edge, and I'm going to choose this point, and I'm going to move that down. That looks good. Okay, so to make my note, I'm going to just click on a little text, make a text box. So I'm going to click here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the space TYP. And then I click on Close, right? And we're asked to do the same thing here for this 3.13. Okay, what I'll do is I'll put my note right underneath it. So I'll click on Text, and I'll put it underneath. And I'll draw my box, and I'll go ahead and say TYP. Basically, typical just means that everything that looks like that it's that kind of chamfer is that kind of chamfer. Scooch it down a little bit so that way it's not on top of stuff on top of stuff. All right, next thing they ask us to do is they want to ask us to do this little whole note right here. Okay, so now the easiest way to do the whole note is I'm going to do a special note. I'm going to click on text, and I'm going to choose note, and it'll automatically create a whole thread, bend, or a leader note. All right. And then I go ahead and click it. Now notice it automatically creates the diameter, sets that it's through, sets the counter bore, sets the diameter, and also the depth. There we go. Okay, so my bottom view is done. Let me click on fit. We'll zoom out. Okay. Next, I'll do the front view. So let me go ahead and click on zoom. We'll zoom in on the front one. Okay, the dimensions here we're asked to do, hit D for dimension, is the overall width from left to right. Is 1.75. We're asked to do the overall height. All right, 0.81. There we go. And then the height from the bottom up to the top edge, 0.38. All right, that looks good. So I got the front is done. I want to do a center line here. So I'm going to click on center line, and I'm going to click the left edge of my hidden line, left edge of my hidden line, and I'm going to do the same thing, left edge of my hidden line, left edge of my hidden line. So that I've got center lines for the hole that I drilled. Next, I'm going to click on fit. Now I'm going to zoom in on the top. I'm going to click zoom. Okay, now again, I'm going to go ahead and do a center mark. So let me click on the circle for make a center mark. Okay, we're going to dimension, hit D for dimension from the left edge to the center point. Now it looks like it's at an angle. I'm going to want to right click, and I want to do it as a horizontal dimension. There we go. So it gives me the horizontally. 0.1. It says 0.875. It's giving us 0.88, two significant figures. That's fine. On the right hand side, they're doing the chamfers. Oh no, that's not the chamfer. That's the shelf. Okay, so I'm going to do the shelf. So from this ledge to this edge, it's supposed to be 0.14. Let me do that, and I'm going to do the little shelf from this edge on the bottom to this edge, also 0.14. And on the left side, I'm going to go from the bottom to the center of my hole. Okay, 0.37. That looks good. And then the total width from the bottom to the top. Oops, let me go ahead and undo that. Undo, Control Z should undo that. Click. Okay, D for dimension. Click on the bottom. Click on the top edge. Scooch it over left. Okay, and I think we're done. Okay, so let me go ahead and zoom out. All right, we're done. Okay, so that's how to make the drawing for the 132 pin slider block. Make sure you save it. So click on the little save, 132 pin slider block drawing.